Hello everyone, welcome back again to the Technical Cloud Knowledge channel and I hope you all are doing great. So let's look at into our today's topic, what we will going to do today and what are the main focus on our today's lecture. So the purpose of today's lecture would be focused on how to read the Useradd file. And today I'm also going to cover some interesting topics which has come under Useradd file, that its configuration values and how does any new user will get the configuration value by default, and where does this configuration variables or we can say value is saved in which file. So today I'm going to cover all these in both ways, practically as well as conceptually. So for that I recommend you all to watch the entire video, and also do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates and deep knowledge regarding our latest technology. So let's begin with the lecture first. So to understand this file, to understand this lecture very well, let's understand first what we have know regarding the Useradd command. As if you do remember that I have also discussed with the regarding the Useradd command, that why do we use the Useradd command and what is the main purpose of this command. Let me give you a brief as well. So the Useradd command is being used to create a new user. If you want to create any new user, you will execute the Useradd command. Okay, and also this Useradd command is somewhere correlate with the Useradd file. Whenever you create any new user, the new user will get some configuration values, and this configuration values or variables is saved under the Useradd file. Okay, so in the interview also, in Linux interview, most of the people can ask you regarding the Useradd file, what is the main use of Useradd file and where does your configuration values is being saved. So for that you need to know that the Useradd file is being referred to such kind of file where all the configuration value of new user is being saved, and your new user will get by default configuration value from this file on. Okay, so to understand this file better, let's open the VMware workstation. Okay, wait, let's maximize the screen. Suppose if I would create a new user called Cyber. Now let's grab the Cyber user and let's check its by defaulted configuration. See, the user is getting some by defaulted configuration as its username, its GID, its UID, its home directory as well as its shell. To check all these configuration, we need to come under a file called vim. Under etc directory there is a directory called default, and under this directory there is a file called useradd. We need to come under this file. Here we will get all the configuration value is being saved, okay, for the new user. So suppose if you want to create, basically what happens whenever you create any new user, this user will get the same UID as well as GID. If it's this user has the UID called 1001, so its GID would be also same, which is 1001. So I hope you are clear with the group and its group ID, its user ID and the user. Now here if you do come under the configuration value of Useradd, here you will get find that the group ID is being referred to the 100. Now let's understand what does this 100 value is being referred. Basically what happens, suppose if I would create a new user called Sarah and I want that the Sarah user will not belong to any of the group. So for that, the value does the Sarah user will get is 100. So its group value would be 100. Its GID would be 100. So the 100 value is being referred to such kind of a users who do not belong from any group. Now let's understand the second configuration value, which is home. I think you are clear with that. Home is refers to the directory, which is home directory of the users. So the home directory, whenever you create any normal user, the normal user will get its home directory under the /. There is a directory called home, and under this home directory there is a user's name home directory. It refers to the home directory. So basically it has come under by defaulted under home directory. You can even change it. We will also see how we can change all these configuration values, okay, and perform our tasks. Now, the third configuration variable is inactive. As if you do remember that I have discussed with you regarding the inactive mode, which refers to the password of the user. So whenever you create any new user, the new user will get the, we need to assign some password also, and the if the password age of the user would be expired in 2 days. So after 2 days, if you do not change the password, your account will get disabled. So right now it is here, the value is being set to -1, which is refer that your account will not get disabled or inactive even after you do not change the password after expiry. Okay, as the expired variable is also blank, if you set value here, so your account will get expired on that day. Okay, now let's understand the shell option. What does the shell is being referred? The shell is a kind of a path which connect the user to the kernel. Okay, so it is a kind of a path which connect the user to the kernel directly. So here it is bin and bash, bin bash. Okay, now let's understand the scale directory. What does this directory refers? So if I talk about the scale directory, it is a kind of a skeleton directory that which contains default files that would automatically copy to the new user's home directory. Suppose if you create any new user, so under the new user's home directory, there are some defaulted files, and these files are came from scale directory. Now let's understand the last variable, which is create mail spool. I hope you are somewhere clear with the mail. What that mail is a kind of a things in our phone as well. There is an application called Gmail on which we will get all the mails related to ourselves. Okay, so this is also kind of a directory in which your user's name file would be created, and under your user's name file, there are here the user will get all the mails. Okay, receive all the mails. So this directory is basically refers to receiving mails. So this is are the configuration variables and their values. So we can even change them, and we will also going to do this today. So let's understand how we can change them. So for that, let's open another terminal. Let's maximize it to. Suppose first, if I would create a new user called, first of all, let's delete the cyber user. Okay, now let's create another user called Sarah. Suppose I have created a user called Sarah. Now let's grab this Sarah user. See, Sarah UID and GID is both similar. Its home directory is by defaulted under home, as you can see here too. Bin bash its path from which it will connect it to the kernel, and other thing, if you want to check it is scale, you need to come under these directories. So it is all are by defaulted. Okay, now if I want to create such kind of a user that do not belong from any group, and that user will get the group ID called 100. So for that, you need to execute the command useradd along with -n, which means no group, and the user name. Suppose I'm creating a user called Harry. Now grab Harry under etc password file. As you all know that the password file is being referred to such kind of a file which contain information regarding the users. Okay, so here you can see username, its UID and its GID, both are different. Okay, its UID is 1002 and its GID is 100, which is refer that no group, as you can see here. Okay, so that's how we can create any user which belong to no one group, like it doesn't have any group. So the user will get the ID called 100. But if you set here 1002 or 1001, by defaulted your user will get this ID which do not belong from any group. So let's change it as well. How we can make changes? You do not make to change directly on the file itself. First you need to create a group. Okay, so let's create a group add India. Now let's grab the India group, like what its GID of India group. See, it is GID is 1002. Now let's write it here too. Okay, let's make changes on the original file now. 1002. Save the file. So now whatever the user you will create now, it will get the GID called 1002. So let's create a new user. First let's delete the above previous user which we have created yet. Sarah, Harry. Okay, clear. Let's clear the screen. So now let's create a new user with no group ID, and the user would be Sarah. So grab Sarah. See, Its UID is 1001, but now its GID is 1002, as we have saved changes under the configuration file. So that's how we can create changes. That's how we can make changes under the configuration file, and that's how we can create a group, create a user with no group. Okay, so that's how we can make changes. Now let's come under the second variable, which is the home directory. Suppose, as you all know, if you do check that under the home directory, do ls see the users which you have created is come under home directory. Its home directories is come under home directory. Okay, but I want that the user now, the user which I am going to create, it will not come under this directory called home. I want that it will come under another directory which was created, which is created by me itself, by me on. Okay, so let's understand how we can do that. Sorry. So first you need to create a directory. I'm going to create a directory called cloud under / there is a directory called cloud. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to also make changes under the configuration value, so that whatever the user I'm going to create, it will not come under its home directory, would not come under home directory, it would come under cloud directory. Okay, and let's create, first you need to save changes. Now let's create a new user. Now see, the user will not get the home directory, it will get cloud directory. Grab Harry under etc password file. See, as you can see, it's UID 1002 because the user which we have first created is 1001, so it is counted by numbering, and its GID is 1002, which is here is also written 1002. So do not get confused between both, because if we do not, if we also create another user, it will get its GID another different. Okay, sorry, its UID is different, GID would be 1002 only. Now see here, the home directory is being changed. Now it is being referred to the cloud directory. So now if you do come under cloud directory, you will see that the user's home directory would be here. See, okay, so that's how we can make changes under the home directory. Now let's move to the other variable, which is -1 inactive mode. Suppose if I would write here -2, so your account will get disabled under the 2 days. As we are clear with these two options, inactive and expire, on our previous lectures too. Okay, so we do not need to. We can make changes so that we can see here too, as some of the things are blank, as you can see. If we do check under, first let's grab Harry etc shadow file, its password. Here you will see that its expiry date and inactive is blank. Let's make changes here so that you will able to see. Okay, sorry, let's make it inactive mode 2 and expiry date would be 4. Okay, in 4 days your account will get expired, and after 2 days your account will get inactive. Let's save changes. Now let's create another user. Okay, let's grab AWS user under shadow file. See, its inactive mode is being set to 2 and its expiry date is 4. So that's how we can make changes under these variables too. Now let's change its shell too. But remember, when you do change any shell, so your account will not able to you will not able to switch your account. You need to again make it bin bash. Okay, first we will going to make changes under the shell itself. So I'm going to change the shell to sbin no login. Okay, so let's make it sbin no login. Now we are not able to log in with our user. Let's create another user. Useradd -n AWS1. Okay, grab this user. You will able to see that its shell has been changed. See, has been no longer. But now if you do switch, you will not able to switch because it doesn't have any shell. It is not able to connect with the kernel itself. Okay, but when you do again change it, you will able to log in it. So let's make it bin bash only. Okay. Okay, its path is already different. Let's create another user. Let's switch to AWS2 as C. We are able to switch from AWS2 as its path is different. Now the configuration variable has been changed to bin bash, so the new user is getting the path bin bash. But if we also change, the new user will also get the same path as bin no login. Okay, so that's how it works. Now let's move to the another value. It is scale. It is come under etc scale. So what happens, whatever be the content available under the scale directory is saved under your whatever the defaulted files under the scale directory. It is automatically copied to your user's home directory. Let's understand how does this belong. If we do check under aws2 dot l dot, you will see all the hidden files. Okay, so all these hidden files has been copied from the scale directory too. If you do check it from here, let's grab, you will able to see here. See, all the same things, whatever with the whatever with the defaulted files under scale directory is copied to your users aws2. Okay, so that's how it is referring here. So if we do change the scale, I want that the scale would be not from here. I want to create another path. I want to give another path to my users. From there it will copy the content, it will copy the defaulted files. How it will happen, let's understand this. So let's check where we are. We are at the root directory. Okay, so first let's come under etc scale directory. So we need to come under this directory, l dot do. See, all these are here. Okay, now I'm going to create another directory from where I want that my user will get the content, will get the defaulted files from this directory. I'm going to create a directory called laptop, and under the laptop there would be a file called abc. Okay, now let's laptop under the file abc. We have created, see here, we have created a directory laptop. I have also created a file abc. I have merged laptop directory. The file abc would come under the laptop directory. Now what happens, whenever you create any user, your users will get defaulted files from the laptop directory. Okay, now what happens, we will going to copy paste whatever be the content is available under scale directory. We will going to copy paste under the laptop directory, and we will also make changes under the scale directory too, variable. Okay, so cp-rvf, it is a command for copy, and then here you need to write the content whatever you want to copy. Logout, profile, I want to copy all these under laptop directory. See, all these has been copied to laptop. You can check here as well. Come under laptop directory, ls, c, abc file and l dot. All these has been copied to your laptop directory. Okay, so that's how we can copy the defaulted files. Now we will also make changes on our configuration setting. Here we will going to see, write that the scale directory it will chooses from laptop directory. Okay, save the changes, and now let's create another new user. Let's create a user called cloud. Grab this user, sorry, we need to switch from this user to check its data, its defaulted files. Run l dot, it will show you the all hidden data, hidden files. See, it has been saved as it has copied from laptop directory. Okay, so that's how it being saved. That's how we can make changes under the scale directory tool. Okay, now last thing, if you do write, as we are able to know that it refers to the mail spool, if you want to check it, whatever be the users you have till created, you will able to see all the files of these users name has been come under this directory, come under cd var cd var spool mail, come under this directory. Do ls, see, whatever the user you have created yet all have some files under this directory. So all these are the files on which the users will get the receive the mails. But if we say here, if we write here no, so the user which you will create now, that user will not get any mail. Okay, that user will not get any mail, it will not receive able to receive mails because it doesn't have the right to get the mails. As we have right here, we have done the setting here no. Okay, now let's create another user. Let's create a user called cloud 2. Do grab it under var spool directory. See, there is no cloud 2, so the user is not able to create any file for receiving the mails. So that's how we can make changes under the configuration file of Useradd. Okay, so this is the Useradd file. I hope you are clear with this file, and this is also an important lecture regarding the user management topic, and this one is the last lecture of the user management topic. I would like to tell you one more thing, which is maybe it is a you need to know that, because most of you have been confused regarding this. Basically what happens if you join any new company, so when you open your terminal, you will see some of the text has been written when you open the terminal. Here sometime on the terminal it is being written that welcome to my company, it is your birthday, happy birthday. So all these text, where does all these text is being saved? So they have done some type of scripting under the bash profile. So basically under the .bash profile, such kind of text they have written or copy paste, so that's your terminal will able to appear such kind of text in front of you. So you do not need to get confused, and if someone would ask to you regarding this, you need to know that how we can answer this question and how we can know where does all these text has been saved. Okay, so it would saved under .bash_profile. As you can see, when you open anything, any application, anything, you will see there is a profile option too, and under this profile option you will able to see your profile, your related things related to you, like your name, your contact, your mail id, all these. So under bash .bash_profile also all these things has been saved. Okay, so this is the lecture. I hope you find this lecture helpful, and this is the Useradd file. Stay tuned with me and Technical Cloud Knowledge for more updates and lectures on Linux, and thanks for watching.